Because if you want to know how deep this rabbit hole goes down, it goes pretty damn deep. And if you're not from one of the other links that I have, welcome. I'm surprised my voice brought you here. Stay for the ride. It's going to be wild. While we're talking about things that are wild, the trailer for her book, The Woman in Me, it sounds clipped. It sounds like it's a bunch of voice recordings like what I'm currently doing now, chopped up, spliced together to make something coherent. And then that's the only recordings we have. That's batshit insane, you guys. And then Michelle Williams had to do the rest. It sounds like that's all the material you had left. And you couldn't make a whole goddamn book out of it. I don't know, just my thoughts. And this is someone who would have never thought in a million years that they would be hosting a podcast series about the conspiracy theories of Britney Spears. But is it a conspiracy when it's well-founded, documented, and there's a logical deduction of how you got there? Well, I guess that's what other people just call you when they're gaslighting you and you're on the money. Because you ever heard of Galileo? Motherfucker said the world was round and they said, "You're crazy, Galileo, I hate you. You're gonna go to hell and die." He wasn't wrong. Society generally treats people who are on the money like they're on fire. So there you go. It's just good housekeeping to introduce yourself. I think the majority of the listeners on here are from my TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, but if not, my name is This Ninja Nerd. I sometimes go as Young Coconut, and we are doing a whole series exploring the weirdness that is Britney Spears' Instagram. I want to preface and say that Britney Spears' Instagram is distinct and completely different entity than Britney Spears herself, since Britney Spears' brand and her name has been sold. She no longer owns that, if you didn't know. Why am I making this distinction? Good question. My thoughts. By the way, my thoughts are THOTS because I am obscene that way. Anyways, the reason that I say that is because what we find on the Instagram and what Instagram likely is doing, strongly do not believe Britney Spears is involved, nor does she consent. At times, Britney Spears was able to have access to her Instagram. I do believe that. Currently, at the moment, I don't think so. Britney Spears is a brand. It is a marketing tool. So when I made this podcast, I liked the idea that I would be able to speak my thoughts and my theories without being found outlandish. Because the thing is, when I present something on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, it is my understanding that I should come prepared, that I should bring receipts, and that I should lay out in a logical fashion what I think and why it's happening. Because if not, I won't be taken seriously. But at the same time, that kind of limits me in things that I strongly believe but have not yet found a way to show and exemplify to the majority at large. So I bring this up because that's what I'm differing between what I'm doing on this podcast and what I do on my videos. My videos, I'm pretty certain about the things I talk about by the time I bring them up. I've already discussed them. I've already planned it out. This one is you're going along the ride with me. We are learning in real time together. So there will be some bumps and there will be some changes because we are learning information and processing together. So what makes this different than what I call someone who's a plant? A plant is someone who just changed their mind and never showed you the logical reason or deductions that they made that changed their view. For you to change your view means that something had to persuade you. It had to overcome your initial thoughts and feelings and intuition about situation. It had to be so strong that you were like, you know what? Nah, I don't believe that at all. I believe this new thing. So that's the difference between what you'll find here, because we'll be making these deductions together. Whereas if someone looks like a plant, smells like a plant, then you know what? Water that shit because it's a plant. Also, this trailer, you didn't like my humor, it's not going to get much better. So don't try to listen all the way through, okay? If you signed up for the subscription part, I wanted to include the Ghetto Patreon website login for you for as long as you're a subscriber. It's the same deal I offer throughout other platforms, so I wanted it to be fair. It doesn't give me access to your email. So if you could send me an email to ghettopatreon@thisninjanerd.com, which is GHETTOPATREON @thisninjanerd.com, which is my username, and have like a screenshot of your receipt, I will give you a login. So just some general housekeeping.